Here's a nice little fly that imitates the emerging midge nicely. Whenever you see the midge hatch happening, a good emerger is a good choice. Brent is tying one of his favorites for lakes, rivers, and small streams for fussy trout. We're tying on a TMC 2457 size 16 hook and wrapping with an 18-aught thread. The body is stripped peacock herl and the thorax is dark shade of Togan shadow dubbing. The wing case and gills is floating polypropylene yarn. Let's go to the bench with Brent.
Good day, folks, and welcome to the segment on the bench. Today I'm going to bring you a little emerging midge. That's a pattern I like to use when these midges are popping off. And Trout will be right up top looking for them here. It floats pretty good. I would also grease up my leader and tip it with that just to help it float a little bit more. So let's go on. I want to go down to the bench here. Just to show you, I'll zoom out. I want to show you what we need to do to prep this material. I'm going to be using, for the body, I'm going to be using this peacock eye. It's a longer peacock herl than you'll find in the bag generally. Two quills that I've already got stripped there, but basically get yourself a rubber eraser. Grab it by the tip. My table is foam, or felt foam, I should say, not felt, but thicker foam or even the thin stuff will work fine too, craft foam. And I just lay it all, cut it right on my desk. I get the big piece and it fits my whole desk. It's really nice to work on. I can pick my hooks and small materials off it easy. Using this slick table, it's always hard to pick things up. Just a little tip for you. So that's how you just stroke reverse. You just from the tip back to the butt. Then there's a good idea here. Just a little, this for stamps, licking stamps. Just a little piece of foam in that tray there. You can get them anywhere to. Then I just soak them up a little bit. Just run my finger through it and get it wet. That little deal right there works really good when you're handling marabou too. If you're doing popsicles and those kind of flies, you don't want to, any material or even hair where people are licking their fingers all the time, you don't want to be doing that. So just have this kind of handy on your desk and you can stroke back those fibers, anything that's really fluffy like that. Okay, now I want to zoom in a little bit so we can tie this fly. Okay, we're going to do this on a number 16. So we'll get the hook in here. This is a Tiemco 2487, size 16. Any curved hook like that will be just fine. I think it's about an 18-aught tying thread. It's a fine black. Lay my base. Come around the corner. Fine scissors. And we'll take our tip of our herl. Use this herl body as well on the H&L variant. Dry fly, real nice cutthroat and trout fly. It's a really nice material, so I'm going to use that on my merger patterns too. Get a bit of a taper going. And we'll just come around. You want to make sure you don't pull on it too hard. It's pretty fragile stuff. So there's a little bit of that herl still left on there. That's okay. You can take it all off if you want, or peek through a little bit. Gives a little nice little effect anyway. Look pretty natural. I like these natural materials. I always do. There's so many synthetics out that are nicely done too. I'm not discrediting them. It's just my preference. Maybe I'm a little old school now. I didn't think I was going to get there, but here I am. But this is nice. You can fish this fly, dry fly, on the rivers too. And they're little streams and they're getting technical. You want something like this in there. And also, if you wanted to throw a little Solarez on there, you can toughen it right up. Let's do that because it is really fragile. We want to make sure our flies are nice and solid. I'll just get in here with a bodkin, level that out. I don't want. There we go. Cook that on. Actually, if you leave it natural, it doesn't shine as much, and I even like it better. I do. I usually don't even use that epoxy on there. And you can also cross rivet with some really fine wire, even different colors of wire if you want. All right, now I'm coming in here with some polypropylene, that's the right word. This is a floating yarn, treated. I'll cut a little snippet of that off. Get a little piece, one a little bit sticking out the front. Entire thorax down. I'll snip it there. Now I'm coming in, this is the shadow dubbing here in dark shade. Real long, super long fibers, but they're nice and thin and colorful. I've chopped them up a little bit, made them a little bit smaller. I'm just going to roll this on by hand. I won't want the fibers sticking out. I want them coming along the shank, or the thread, I should say. This makes a really nice, colorful little thorax. You get a little bit of spike coming off the side, and gives it a nice little thorax right there. And this fly is not that hard to tie small. Come over the top. I don't wrap that super tight. I just kind of lay it in there. You can bubble it a little bit. Remember, that's a floating yarn. And we clip that off just like the head. Push that back. I'm just going to tip it up so I can finish it. And get my whip finish right behind that eye there. And there you go.
Thanks to Brent for sharing this special little fly with us today. Get some ready for your next fishing trip. Thanks for joining us today, and we hope you visit us online or on our YouTube channel for lots of great flies from our pro team.